Show packed ahead for you. Thank you for being tuned in. And it's time for me to introduce my awesome group of ladies and one gentleman that we do this with. And as for always, we always do this with is a trio. Myself, AJ Sapon, Helena Pia Ampofo, and of course, Miss Jude. Hi, Helen.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whatever.
As for always, the Grinch.
Whatever.
She came in all her glory. Hi, Miss Judy. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. We missed you last week.
Yes, I was at home actually listening to you girls.
Wow.
And I was wondering why you guys would not want to be a housewife.
Oh, wow.
I'm like,
It's
these ladies,
like
are they
that.
okay? Really?
Wait, was that the general consensus? We didn't want to be housewives.
No, I think we thought it would be too late. We'll probably
boring.
go bored. Yeah, we'll go out
Like
of
you're
our mind with
shopping,
boredom.
you're doing pedicures, manicures.
After a while, it will get boring.
How can that be boring?
I mean, how many
And the
pedicures
Dubai
are you
wives,
gonna
they
do?
are born.
We'll try it and then we'll see. How about that? Now, a gentleman joining us today, Franklin Ajete. He's an international education consultant, an actor, an author, and a shoemaker. Now, I'm looking forward to see some of your shoe designs.
Yeah, me too.
Really. Like,
We all tend to look at it.
like we want to see. But how are you doing, Franklin?
I'm fine, thank you.
How's your week been?
It's been good.
Okay, we're glad.
It's nice to know that tomorrow is a holiday.
Tomorrow's a holiday. Now that I'm excited about. Also joining us, we have Muiba Habukari. She's a lifestyle podcaster for the Lifestyle Podcast. How are you doing, Muiba?
Great, actually.
How's your friend and week been?
It's all yesterday, isn't it?
No, I calculate from last week.
Wow, that's great.
Okay, so we've already casted a bit of time, so let's get straight into our story for today. We have a very good one. I'll be ready. Okay, let's do it. So, story one. Hold on, okay, let me find story one. Okay. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
I know how this may... Oh, and gentlemen. I know how this may sound, and trust me, I've tried to prevent this feeling, but I've been crushing on my friend's hubby, and I want him to be mine. So I've known
Sorry,
my
AJ, sorry to slight tackle you. I'm losing my voice, so I'll be participating with emotive sounds. Yeah, so just forewarning you, please, as you were.
Going back into it. I know how this sounds. Okay, yeah. So I've known my friend for 10 years, and about 3 years ago, we both met this gentleman on a night out. We all became friends, and I eyed him immediately and tried to get his attention by being a good friend. But my friend forced her way into the dynamic, deliberately flirted so hard, even though she knew I had a crush on him, and he began to pay attention to her. She would call and check in and go and see him so much, and I suspect began sleeping over, that the guy pulled away from me. And he rather drew closer to my friend.
Whoa.
And afterwards began to pursue her over me. She in under a year, to my surprise, he proposed and married her. I was so jealous, yet I had to swallow it and pretend to be happy for her, and that I had gotten over the crush that I had. To be honest, I did try to get over him and be happy for her, but with every grand gesture he did, buying her cars, gifting her a house, amongst others, I'd always be thinking that could have been me instead, if only she hadn't spoilt it. Well, last month, after 3 years of dreaming, I finally got to get his attention when my friend traveled to the UK to give birth to their first child 3 months ago. She asked me to take care of him and cook for him when I can, and I used that as my chance to get him, and we were intimate. In fact, it was the best moment ever. He's the most handsome dude I've ever set my eyes on, and his wife honestly doesn't deserve him at all. She doesn't even treat him as well as he deserves and stresses him a lot. He said out loud that sometimes he wishes it could have been different with us. And most times I feel like having him all to myself by going the extra mile to tie his soul to me spiritually or something. I know I'm a bad friend, but I feel like she started it. Now, I think I may be pregnant after being intimate a few times. So now I think I have the grounds to push for him to be with me. Am I wrong to ask him to marry me and tell his wife what's happening? How can I ensure I have him all to myself? And am I justified if technically it could have been me, not her, that he married? Gang, gang. Wow.
This is true. I'm not good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to hear your thoughts. Extremely intense. So this is a situation where I don't even have to analyze it again. It's okay, we already read it. What are your initial thoughts hearing it, Helen? Since you're the one with the least amount of words to be able to put out today. Let me start with you.
Beg your pardon. There's a quote that I like, right? It says, "Love either is or it isn't. That no bridge that has been built in unconditional expression can be bent by the weight of interference." Basically, it says that love is either present or it's not. There's no in between. It implies that unconditional love cannot be destroyed by outside influences or interference. Somebody either likes you or they don't like you. So I don't really know in the first instance if the excessive flirting by the friend could have really swayed the guy. I think somebody who really wants to be with you will choose you initially, right? I mean, like I said, there's not really too much. I mean, love and emotions, they're not very rational. You're not using your rational brain. So, if you get what I'm saying. So from the outset, I think that position that, it should have been here might be a bit flawed, because he clearly made his decision and it wasn't here. And I feel like sometimes when somebody makes that decision, you should allow them to have that decision. But she clearly wanted to be with this guy so much. I don't know why it's not a turn off for her that she wasn't chosen for me. It's problematic. So from the outset, she's completely wrong. As soon as he made his intentions clear that he wanted to be with this friend, showering her with gifts and that, she should have taken a step back, a very, very big step back. If the friendship...
In her defense, she said she tried. She tried to lose the emotions.
That's like saying, I'm trying not to steal.
Every day you're putting money in front of me.
No, but I mean, you either want to steal or you don't want to steal. What do you mean I'm trying
They are
not
trying
to
to
steal?
suppress their urge. And they did for 3 years. And then you now left the fish in front of the cats by going to London and telling her to take care of the man.
I don't know.
Now
she should have a little bit of pride about herself. Somebody doesn't choose me. Me, if you don't choose me, I don't want to see myself. Don't come back. Don't come back. Listen, for 3 years, by 3 months, I've forgotten about you. Adios. Au revoir.
Preach.
Sayonara. See you later. Bye.
Let me go to you, Franklin.
So I remember there was a time in London, my cousin was telling me something. I said, me, never. And then she said, never say never, because you never know.
True.
Listening to the story, it comes in different parts, but one part that struck me strongly is friendship. And it doesn't matter what. When somebody's your friend, you have to be careful when it comes to relationships, you know, so their boyfriend or their girlfriend, and you're there, it doesn't matter how much you last after them, you need to carry out because of your friendship, because that relationship can cut off and you still be friends, you know, because friendship is meant to go a long way. So maybe right from the start, they actually were not friends, thinking that they are friends, because if they are friends,
one won't go for the other, one won't go for the other.
Because, at the end of the day, they both met the man, and the man is handsome, and they both liked the man. But one of them was stronger and flirted, because if you want it,
you go for it.
She went for
if
you got it, you flaunt it, and she did, and then she got the man, and then the moment they got married.
That's when you should cut everything.
That's when you should cut everything. So there's no way you should go close. And then also, then the mistake came from her friend as well. I'm traveling, look after my man. No,
there are a lot of stories have started that way.
Don't get your sister or anybody to look after your man and start cooking for the person. You know, yeah, sort something out. However, the man is not a good man. Because I would say he's not a good man, but the man will sleep with anybody.
Yeah.
Because if he did what he did with his friend, with his wife's friend,
then he's capable of
doing that with any beautiful lady or any other lady. So.
Hey, gang. Weaver.
You remember that time we came here? You were like, couples should go on a date with each other and invite their single friends. And I told you vehemently that no, don't do the chocolates of leaving your partner in their care of. Really, I'm sure she's a fine babe. Fine,
I mean, and she's being helpful. She wants to.
Please, man, learn how to cook.
One.
Buy food for as long as she's gonna stay in abroad for. I mean, clearly, you've lost the friendship to start off with. I don't think there's any going back home.
No, but now she wants to tie the man.
But it's the audacity for
spiritually.
Yeah, you want
physically.
To tie
now emotionally.
Sorry, guys. Again, not to slight tackle. Why does a grown man need a babysitter? I'm so confused. Yeah. Why is that a thing?
Because apparently it is. Because I've heard stories where, and listen, I didn't think it happened in modern day, but I've heard stories from prior where women left their neighbors or left their best friends to take care of the men.
I mean,
and they came back to find that they are now sister wives.
By that, do you mean like go and check in on him,
help
and
out
him?
No. As we go and check in on him. If he's hungry, you cook for him.
If you want
put
to
food in the fridge,
some stews and soup, something like that. But every day, it's like, is it your plans? Go and water my plants. I don't get it, man.
Oh, Jen, it's Chamobi.
Hey, unya men from butcher's
kele o meje fi Sam. Again, we be at your way. Literally, you're just shaking your head.
I'm just sad.
Always scope.
The wife leaving the husband to a friend. Like, there's one thing you shouldn't even do, not even for your sister.
But you see, again, they are mutual friends, so they started off as mutual friends.
It doesn't
we
matter.
all met the guy at the same time. See, in her mind, they are brother and sister.
That's what I'm saying. Not even to a blood sister would you leave your husband to. You never know. You know, I personal research. One of the things that I've seen that men cheat, especially when their wives are pregnant or have given birth. You know, those wives that can't have sex during pregnancy. Those are the times that
they'll be looking out.
Men cheat.
Okay. Some men. No, that's the period that the men go out to find solace.
For whatever reason. So me normally when I see men doing that, the first question I ask is your wife pregnant? Because I want to know what's really going on. It's just pure witchcraft. The fact that she even wants to tie the man up, it's pure witchcraft. Like, what exactly are you looking for?
The man.
There are a lot of men out there, and you think this particular one is meant for you, and he's the one. If you do juju, even if it's 50 years, it go tear in eye.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Would you want to live a life at the end of the journey sad? So after giving birth, he has divorced his first wife, and then what happens? He leaves you also for nothing, because either he'll go back to the first wife or he'll look for another person, because he will know that he's not genuinely with you. Men make mistakes, women make mistakes. He has made a mistake. He actually forgot the Bible verse that says flee from evil. He decided not to flee, and he stayed and he sinned. You coming to add more sin to the whole thing, tying him up for what exactly? Hey, boy.
Now, looking at the dynamics. So she expressed her crush on this gentleman. Her friend now proceeded to ignore that she had a crush on this person and pursue the man for herself. Is that even justified in the first place, that your friend says, oh, I'm actually feeling this guy, and you now say, no, I'll slide tackle you and then take the man and hope that you will be okay with it?
No.
Please go ahead. If you can push the...
That's totally wrong, because we're good friends, and I've told you that, oh, I like this man. Then immediately you start flirting with that man. That means you are a competitive friend. You are that kind of friend that wants what I want. And that's really wrong.
But
and
she
that's
didn't force the guy to.
I know that she didn't force the guy, but she started flirting.
Going to check in,
Meanwhile,
sleep
I've
over.
told you, In fact, somebody did that to me.
Really?
Many years ago.
Just us.
I was in sixth form by then. I saw this girl, very pretty girl, and she spoke to me, and the next day we became friends, and I was giving her chocolate and doing all the romantic stuff, giving her flowers. I said, I don't know how to tell her. I went to tell this friend. She said, no, don't worry. She lives in my area. She's like a sister to me. I will speak to her. So he went. In the name of going to speak to her, they started dating. I just wanted to kill him.
My God.
And I've not liked this guy up to today. Really? We've not been friends any longer because he lost the trust.
Yeah.
Do you understand? We're above 19. We're above 19. Unlike these days, sixth form, we are like 16 in the sixth form. So basically, there are some little things that you need to pay attention to. As friends, I have told you that I like this man. We both cannot date this man. And then you start flirting with this man. That's where the friend went wrong. However, she sat back, relaxed, and enjoyed the show. And then they got married, and then now she still wants to go after the man. And that's also wrong.
So once you lose him, you're done. You should walk away.
Him, you're done. Move on.
But then that means she's been harboring these, like clearly she stated, she's been harboring these feelings for quite a while. Now, do you get to a point where you can be able to sort of switch it off? Is that even likely? Is that even possible that, okay, I really was crushing on this person. This person has gone for my friend. Are you even capable of switching off those feelings?
Yeah.
Don't switch off and see. I don't understand. So confused though. Or maybe it's just me.
It's not.
I don't, because me as well as that we don't like me. Then me too, I don't like you.
Yes, that's it.
I don't give you a chance to we don't like me more than 2.5 times. Yeah, then
First time, second time.
But I mean, in terms of like putting dibs on a person, either guy or girl, what is the protocol then? If we're going, it was a night out.
What is the protocol?
It's a night out. We walk into a spot. It happens quite often with like friends. I'm sure both maybe male groups and female friendship groups. You walk into the club, the bar, whatever it is, and everybody kind of zooms in on one person, and then you go, I like this one. So what? The whole night, when we shouldn't look at that guy. We should leave. Hey, dear. That's why you have to keep your intentions to yourself, so that it's fair game. Because you're gonna put dibs on the guy, and clearly, whatever you were doing, it didn't do enough. So now, because that's what happens. As soon as you walk into a place, I did this one. Then all your friends must respect their friendship and not speak to the guy. Come on.
When you choose it, you work towards
No,
it.
but what is the bro code? What is the bro code?
Because if we enter the place, we say this one. Then that means the whole night I shouldn't look at this one. I should come on. There has to be.
A man
You can't go and put it. You can't go and put it.
obviously chose who he wanted. Whether I was flirting with you or not, at the end of the day, it's who caught my eye that I'll go for.
Because you can flirt. Sometimes women flirt with us, and we don't want them.
Exactly.
It's the one that's not flirting. That's whoever you want. So most of the time.
Share the keys. Frankly, share the keys.
It's true. Most of the time, the ones that we think we can lay our hands on quickly.
You don't want.
Like
so we should be elusive there.
Pretend that, it's showing independence.
Brajay.
Nothing a little bit, not too much. They think, hey, we
That's the one. Okay. Ladies, they are dropping the keys. They are dropping the keys. Made it, they are dropping the keys. Well, okay, all right. So, but then let's talk about the bro code. Maybe the gentleman is different. But if guys go to a public space, they meet Helen, fine babe, sitting on the side, doing herself elusive things, and you're like, you know what? That babe debut, and he's like, oh yes, yeah, try it out, and you go. Maybe you're trying to speak to her, and she notices your friend, and now starts, oh, I like this guy, and not you. Doesn't mean that we don't pursue again. Does it end there? Do you walk away? Do you now look at your boy some type of way for sort of inching in where you thought you were playing your cards? How does that work? Or maybe in those kind of social settings, it doesn't really count much. But perhaps if you have now put in some effort into now trying to toast a girl, and then he slide tackles you, that's where it becomes a problem.
Yeah, it's totally wrong.
Okay.
Because once I've told you I like this person, and we're working towards something, we started dating, then that's it. You need to give it up.
Maybe you haven't started dating. Maybe you're just doing talking stages.
It's still wrong because as friends, unless we're not friends, or maybe we're just acquaintances, so I don't really care about you, how you feel. But if we are friends, as very good friends, best friends, no. Or brothers, no. Wrong.
What's the girl code on this, ladies? What's the girl, Ms. Jude, what's the girl code? If you both see a guy and you eye him and you tell your friend you're eyeing him and then she now starts to get cozy with him, has she broken the girl code?
For me, if she has made effort and the guy is still, concentrating on me, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Hey, Ms. Judy.
No, life is.
Yeah, it made effort and the guy's concentrating on you.
So let's imagine that we've met him, right? And you are doing all that. And he's not, paying attention. You are telling me that if I also like him, it's a competition.
But why are you liking him when your friend likes him? Yes, no. It's a question now.
Feelings. We can't control certain feelings. So what if he's the one God made for me and you are trying to cross the line?
But what if he's the one God made for her?
Obviously, he didn't make him for both of us.
You never know.
Are you sure? Sometimes you can talk. As friends, you can talk. Because there's been times that say,
hey, but how do you start the conversation?
Do you like
Miss Judy?
Do you really want this girl? Do you want to take her far? Because guys, we know each other. We know how. Yeah. A guy will see a lady and say all the nicest, do all the nicest, but they're not taking you far.
I'll give you an example. So a friend of mine, gentleman sees her first, start making moves on her. Then later on, and she was very, then later on, now meets another girl. No, has this casual fling on the side with another girl. Who this casual fling person wants to make it more serious. She now wants to become girlfriend status. But he wants girlfriend status to be this other lady. This lady that is sort of giving him hot and cold vibes. Then she realized that both of them, she had heard about this casual fling person. Only she realized that the guy who was eyeing her was her friend's casual fling. So she goes to the girl and is like, so this person is the one you're sort of seeing on the side. She's like, yeah, I really like him. Do you love him? And she says, yes, I love him. She says, okay, no P. If you think it's serious, then I'm gonna move myself out of the picture. Walks out of the picture. But the guy doesn't stop. Really? The guy is consistently on the other lady who's sort of backed out case. Fast forward, casual fling now sort of gets some prominence, becomes a bit of a girlfriend status, Then hears that this guy is still insisting, very incessantly on the other lady's case, and gets angry that her friend didn't share enough, or didn't say enough, or didn't clarify the situation enough.
Is this person?
No.
I'm suspecting you. That's a friend and a friend of a friend.
But mind the details.
I heard. Miss Judy has
the details are too detailed.
Because I was very invested in the drama. But basically, she now gets angry that why is this guy still on your case? Do you get? Exactly, yeah. But then that's the thing with girl code. Like sometimes it gets very confusing. It gets all up in it, and then how dare you? Now be some other situation altogether. But now, how do you draw the line? At what point do you now say, you know what? Girls before guys. Like let's patch ourselves up before some other gentleman comes to ruin the. At what point is this relationship salvable, and at what point is it not?
Firstly, I want to just say, if you're going manhunting, so to speak, you should go alone to avoid all these.
But I miss the guy with the girl. We are all out in the town now.
In a situation where we are both out there, I think it's only fair that we respect. Then again, I understand, because I always say, if you're friends with someone, then you both like similar traits. Yeah. Let's be honest. You understand? But funny enough, my friends are like similar traits that I do.
Oh, really?
But yeah, we're quite opposite.
Why you like bad boys?
They like bad boys. I like my peace of mind.
Good guy.
That was just my. But and if both of you, like you're saying, dips on whoever, like Elon said, I mean, clearly I've made my choice. You've tried, it didn't work. Let's move on. Oh, like you've imagined like a La La Land, so much of this. Maybe the guy is not even the greatest of persons if you're in a relationship with him. Let's be honest. Having sex with him is a different ballgame than dating him. So just try and, you know, like sometimes I feel when my friends get married, I see them meant to be ugly, even if they are fine. In my eyes,
yes,
no,
you
just
have to kill the vibe.
boundaries or whatever. Mentally, I think it's just natural as human beings.
Yeah.
You know, let's create boundaries where they need be. Others. So now what have you done now? So you want to style your souls? Then what? You bring a kid into this world, and the whole. She looks like a kid.
We are sister wives.
Oh my God!
Sister
what are we doing?
Oh, come on. We are sisters and we are wives.
I like that. Right? Sisters and we are wives. That's crazy.
But getting into some messages now on social media, Isaac Ejako says you will certainly get what you are craving for, and you won't like it when it finally falls into your lap. You won't win this, but if you do force yourself to win it by all costs, you do so at a very great cost to your own self. Mumuni says you have a good friend because you all have the same characters. Keep it up. Francis says this will be the biggest mistake you can ever make. The fact that he chose your friend instead of you is a testament that he loves your friend and not you. You only had a chance to be intimate with him by circumstance. If it means you force yourself to be with him, he will treat you like an option, and your friend will always be his first priority. Lucifer says, Madam Ayuko, you are very, very heartless, so to speak. All you are doing is not real love, it's called fantasy. Vicky says he never really wanted you. If he did, your friend wouldn't have been able to win him over. After marriage, he didn't even look your way. You have always been the one dreaming about him. You're the one building all the assumptions in your head. You know very well if you had not seduced him, he wouldn't have done anything with you. Men will say anything just to make you feel good, so you can give them your all. He loves his wife, your friend, and you know it. If you try anything, it will bounce back big time. Bernie says, this is witchcraft. How can you do this to someone you call a best friend? May God have mercy on you because you don't have a conscience. Clifford says, your friend is reading. The husband too is reading. Good luck trying to break someone's home. Amemma saw Godfrey says, let's forget about who saw him first and who made the first attempt. The issue here is he knew the two of you are good friends. Now he knows that you're not a good friend. After all, they are married with a child. The man knows what he's doing. It will surprise you that you end up being a single mother. I hope you like it that way. Margaret says, it sounds like no one is happy here. You're a bad friend too. You have a lot to figure out. First step is to fix first step to fix it will probably be telling your friend everything. Now, does she tell her friend everything? Coming to that. So she's now pushing for marriage. She says she's pregnant. She wants a man to marry her. And most importantly, for the man to tell his wife everything that is happening. Does she push for this? Very dangerous, eh?
You don't know what's going to happen.
Please, yeah.
Yeah, I think, like this person said that the first thing to do is to fix it by telling her friend what she's done. It's dangerous. Because you never know how your friend is going to react. You know, you don't know how far they are gone with their love. I mean, they're married. And men usually, anyhow, love their wives. That's why they're married to them.
That's true.
You know, unless something else happens, then, but mostly men will always go back to their wives. So in this case, you tell her it will be a family feud, it will be a family problem, friend problem. She's not going to be happy about it. But if you're lucky and she's that kind of weird friend too, she might say, okay, no problem. You've done it already, so.
Yanko. Sister wise.
If I were to be her, I would abort it. Really? I'm sorry to say that, but I wouldn't want
to bring a child like that into that. Oh no, it was very deliberate. It seems like it was very deliberate.
The point is, what's going to happen is that so your child, your best friend's child, all share the same father, and all these things, the children are going to suffer it.
Yeah.
And for me, I vowed 2 women, different children, never.
Really?
Never. Yeah. Because I've been through it, and it wasn't a nice experience.
Yeah, I think when you grow up in a polygamous home, it has 2 things. It does 2 things for you. It's either it makes you accepting of it, or it makes you against it. It's 2 extremes. Yeah, it's 2 extremes. I grew up in a polygamous home, and I'm now accepting of it.
You accept no polygamy.
very much so.
Wait, did you grow up in a very? Was it calm?
It was.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
Okay.
in my mind, it's
normal.
It's normal. Okay. It's not something that is like, oh my God, the worst thing to ever happen. As a matter of fact, I'm accepting the fact that sometimes people can actually compartmentalize their hearts and their lives to have multiple partners.
Wow. So wait, what number are you? Number 1, number 2, number 3 going?
So 2 wives. Yes.
No, but are you
number
first?
2.
Number 2. You don't mind number 2. Wow, that's
so mothers were fine.
Yeah. Everyone. Nice. They lived on the same street.
Street. Wow.
Everyone.
So wait, you commune together on Sundays?
Every Christmas is spent at my house sister's home.
Hey,
like every
cool.
Christmas, literally tradition. I can't go anywhere on Christmas Day. Only her. And they literally, you see my half sister and you see me and you think we're twins. And all my siblings and I, we all look alike. Like it's this yeah.
The blood is strong.
And yeah, so it has to. So I completely understand where Franklin's come from, because it either makes you completely against it or completely accepting of it. So it's two extremes.
Beginning was growing up was horrible, but by the time I got to 30 years old, we came together. You know, so. It's fine now, but the experience is always there.
Yeah. You know how
my children through
that, yeah.
You know, I mean, when I say my children, like my children from another woman.
Yeah, through that, yeah.
You always feel like you live on a borrowed father. So
it's a very dicey situation to be in.
But there's a different situation because she yearned for it and she wanted it.
She wanted it.
She might be happy being a single mother.
No, she wants to soul tie with the man.
And
so she
that
already
one
permanently.
permanently.
But you'd be surprised that what she wants to do is to destroy the marriage.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I get that vibe
so
too.
I'll be pregnant, I'll have a child with him, I don't care.
Yes.
I'll tell you, let it bend to your soul.
Yes.
Yeah, because if I can't have him, you can have it.
They never
people like that.
We'll
marry him together.
So final words, quickly in like 30 seconds. What should she do? She sent in a letter. She might be a witch, as some are alleging.
Oh, advice for her. Oh, no, she's a lost cause. I can't advise her, please. Next.
Oh, wow. We were?
I am with Helen on that next.
Oh, wow. Franklin?
So, it is already done, and she's already taking seed. And even though I said before, if it were to be me, I would abort it. No, you can't. The child, you never know what the child is going to become, what the child is going to be. So if I were to be her, I would let my friend know, but I won't be with the man. I'll be a single mother and I'll look for someone else. Because it's not going to work.
Miss Jude.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with him, because you can't cause pain to someone because of your sinful actions. The man obviously made a mistake because he could have kept to himself, but the wife also made the biggest mistake
by allowing,
which
opening the floodgates.
Yeah, he's not a baby. He can go to restaurants. He can hire someone to cook for him. So what's the big deal of who's coming? He doesn't have a mother to come and take care. So yeah, she should move on with her child. She made a mistake. But don't go destroying somebody's marriage because of your selfish desires.
Well, let's get into our second and final story for today. Try and squeeze that in. Is it right for couples to be sleeping in separate bedrooms? Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My soon-to-be husband, who I'm marrying in a month, just finished building our house we will live in after marriage, and I went to see the place and realized my husband drew a plan for separate rooms, separate but adjoining rooms. The worst part is he was more deliberate about building his own room with a better layout and design and even more space than mine. He says he likes his space, so when he wants to get intimate, he'd rather come to my room. But mostly he would need concentration for his work and space to strategize, so he'll be in his room. I don't know if I should be upset or what. We have never lived together during our courtship, and I've only slept over at his place once in the 2 years we've been together. He's rather always comes over to my place. He's always been a bit OCD about his personal space, but I didn't think he would actually resort to this. I have to start moving in this weekend, and I want to pack my things to his room instead, as I haven't signed up for separate rooms as man and wife. Will I be wrong? I'm so shocked about it. Is it right for him to do this? What can I do? I really don't like this kind of thing, and I need help. Thank you. Is it right for people to have separate bedrooms? Muiba?
Well, I think yes, kinda. Because
You like that?
Yeah,
You
I
like the
think
idea
it's-
of your own
yeah.
personal space?
Yes, but
Okay.
not when you're married like that at the fresh instance. Like, come on, what is this? Like separate like hotel. So when I want you,
I
at
come
night,
in
I'll
here,
come. What
then
are
I
we
go,
doing?
then I come.
What do married people want, Kra? Some people are not having it easy.
I
You get
swear.
married, you're having this.
And then you say,
come
I
on.
want my own
You-
personal space.
Please,
But again, she added that the guy is a bit OCD, so he likes things placed in a certain way. So it could be that he's coming from a place where I know you might be. I don't know how you live like. You might be messy. You might be OCD like me.
Yeah.
We might be in between, and you mess up my headspace. So I'd rather have my own pristine space, just the way I like it, and you have your own space. And when I need you, I come to you. When you need me, you come to me, and then everyone's happy. Franklin.
Well, growing now, seeing what I've seen in the past, when the man sleeps in a different room,
Yeah.
woman sleeps in a different room,
Yeah.
there's not been love,
Okay.
or the love is gone off, or actually they met and it was sex, and then eventually got pregnant, so they had to get married, and so they're there, and the woman irritates the man, or the other way, and therefore, my space, your space, kind of thing. We have that. Then we also have a situation where, like you said, the man has got OCD or the woman has got OCD. So I like my space in the same house, and we can come together. For me, I think that you should marry your friend. Somebody who's your friend, that you can sleep together, hold each other, and chat and talk and fall asleep, because the closer you are, the better. The moment you live in two separate rooms, you start building different things that might be limited to this person or limited to that person, and I don't see how personally that would build your relationship as a married couple, whether it's in the beginning or in the end, in your old age, so doesn't. However, sometimes when I sleep, I just want to be left alone.
Right.
I don't want to be touched.
Okay.
Because I'm tired. I really want to sleep.
Yeah.
And once you touch me,
I
won't be able to sleep.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
That's
You
what
want?
as soon as you cuddle,
Yeah.
I will wake up.
I will wake up.
And then that would just.
But then I explain that to my wife, and she understands that. Oh, I'm very tired. Just let me sleep. Give me some few hours. Let me sleep, and then when I wake up, I'll be strong, and we can hug and do whatever. You understand? So sometimes it's communication, but it's good to know the person that you want to marry right from the beginning, and be friends and understand the situation. Don't get married before you find out that your man is OCD.
But you see, that's why I always advocate get to know the person.
Get to know the person.
Taste the goods.
Relax.
Ensure that stay in the same house with the person. Get to cohabit every weekend for like a few months. Go and
And you
sleep
think that
over. Do a few days. Do a few weeks, and eventually you will understand the person in all ways.
It helps, but I'm not sure if fully
Always.
helps.
Basically, you disagree.
Totally.
Oh wow!
Totally.
But what should she be doing? Separate bedrooms? Is it right?
She should move into the guy's room.
Hey, you like war?
You're gonna fight every
Marriage
time.
is about complementing each other.
That's right.
So if he wants his things done this way, then you have to either learn to live with it, and he has to also teach you what you're supposed to do. I'm coming to cohabit with you as a married person. So why don't we treat that room as the room that you rather go when you want to be alone? But my room or our room
It's
is
our room.
Exactly. But I'm not going to allow you sleep. Marriage starts
That's fair,
breaking
yes.
when we are not together. And sex is a major part of it. You know,
and sex should be every night.
It is not just about this.
It should not be every night.
It's not there.
It's not like
it's not always there.
There's this closeness you get when the person at the end of the day
just
you are with the
next to
person.
you.
Just exactly. And this is the situation that I am only coming to you for that. Like,
it's not nice.
It is not nice.
That's just how women need to be built in the morning. Imagine.
So it's either we are staying together, as she said, you have to know the person. And obviously they've started having disagreements right from there, because what he wants is not what I want.
At all.
A woman wants to feel that passion in marriage, and you're come to treat him like a girlfriend who comes to visit you. It's not going to work for me. We are staying together in the same room. Then let the fight start.
And let's go a separate
She's packing her goods now, right?
That's what she's
man's
room. We are staying together.
So now that she's moving in, I'm sure the wedding is in a few weeks. So she's about to move in starting this weekend. So she should move into the man's room.
The room. It's either we are creating one room that we are all staying in, then on certain days we go to our separate rooms. But now we are.
At this way, we have only 2 rooms now. So room 1, which is a large one, which is his room, and then there's an adjoining room, which is the smaller one. This is your room.
Our room.
Okay.
And the smaller one will be
his room.
Yes, that you go and recess and whatever.
But if he now says don't put things in a like men, like I like my things
in one place. We are complementing each other.
Oh wow.
So what you want, I have to try. Both of us are meeting in a middle point. So this is how you want your things done. It will take a while for him to adjust to my ways. But at the beginning, let's try to meet each other. So he wants this done.
When you get married, as a man, you need to let the woman be, I don't know how to say, but the owner of the house. You understand? So she will place things a certain way, and you need to go by that.
Right.
She will cook a certain. You need to go by that. You need to allow the woman to be the queen of the house. So that you're not telling the woman, put this here, no, you have to do it this way. This is how it's done. When you do that, the marriage will not last. So for me, when I got married, I left everything for my wife, because this is your home. Make it our home.
Yeah.
You understand? So this is the kind of curtain. Oh, but what do you think about this? I think let's go. I said, okay. So I always let her win because she is the woman.
I like that.
And some of my friends, they're like, I want you to cook it this way. I want you to do it this way. They've all divorced. They've all divorced because you make the home look like it's not for the woman. You go to the house and all you see is the man's pictures
everywhere
on the walls, and it's
it's the man's home.
So where's your wife's picture? Where's you and your wife's picture? How? So you're taking control of the house, and you need to leave it for the woman. Not leave it totally, but allow the woman to lead.
I like that.
You like
that. So in conclusion, move into the man's room. And then figure it out after. Helen, you haven't spoken on this.
Yes, I agree. Move into the man's room. I think what everybody has said is quite true. If you're going to be with somebody, especially in marriage, this kind of like you have your room, I have your room. I don't think that's going to work.
I actually quite like the idea of having my own room.
I like that for days when maybe you're a bit under the weather, so you have a cold and you can't really sleep or that sort of thing, but not as a habit. Maybe you can have some kind of fun rule where maybe everybody has me time, one dedicated day a month, or something like fun, something like that. But if it becomes a staple once a week,
too much.
I think that's a bit. Unless both parties are the kind that maybe one person really snores, or you guys you have some hobbies. Maybe the guy plays video games, or something. Then it's a treat for you both, and you both have that understanding. Even once a week, I think it's excessive. But
so once every 2 weeks.
Maybe once every 2 weeks. That's
so
the
then
rule.
there'll be his day, then it's my day.
Everybody has their day,
so
but that day you have
month.
to make sure you are really doing something for yourself, and you didn't just decide that I'm sleeping here, you're sleeping there. That means you took the day because that day you want to play video games into the night. It disturbs your wife, or as a woman maybe you want to do some beauty treatments that can be a bit messy. So actually utilize it for you time, not just that today is my day to sleep. I'm going to sleep, so I'm going to sleep. and what has been achieved. So it can be used to maybe I say enhance the relationship, but strategically, not that 3 times a week, 4 times a week you're in my room. I mean, it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, I like that. I think I will probably do that me time day. But okay, so we are all in agreement that you should definitely move into your gentleman's room and then figure it out from there. But quite a number of people have been commenting about it, and let's get into some messages. L. Cobby says, individual differences and preference. We're all unique in our own way. There are people who like to have their space and be alone sometimes, and there are those who want to be around others all the time. You just have to look for someone who has the same energy as yours and marry them. Because if you go for the opposite, you're not ready to compromise, you will live to regret it. John says, you're getting married, definitely. You're going through counseling or have a counselor. Bring up this issue in a humble way in the presence of your counselor. Per what you typed, you said you were aware of his obsession with personal space, but you didn't know it was this serious. You never objected to it when he used to talk about it, so maybe he thinks you're okay with it. For all you know, a simple conversation with him about your displeasure is a nice way you can solve the problem. If you don't like his plan, don't move in. Wait until you two discuss it and come to terms you'll be comfortable with on Theophilus. Boydu Richard says, this couple are already getting divorced before the marriage has even started. Aaron Philomena says, this is why it's sometimes better to live with a person. Shout out to Miss Judy. Once in a while to know how he or she really is. But my religious friends, shout out to Miss Judy, I'm ready for this conversation. Cohabitation is a sin, they would say. Shout out to Miss Judy. Francisca says, it's a big no. When you are in separate rooms, the connection will not even be there. Even if you're fighting, it will keep long to resolve the issue. You and your husband are one body. Why sleep separately? Stanley says, to solve this problem, the wife should get a bigger room, the husband the smaller one. Or other than that, there will be no problem. Because sis, one day, you even want him to be in his own room with the same with the snoring and passing. That's all you need. Melda says, I have some relative and husband and wife who sleep in separate rooms but are conjoined together, but they live happily. I once asked the wife, why do you have separate rooms? And she said that that's what the husband wanted. And she also said them sleeping in separate rooms doesn't stop them from having fun. So, madam, please don't let this be a big deal for you. And besides, I want to be in a separate room if I am a hubby actually build a home. Blessing says, these are the kind of things you would do and bring problems to your marriages and start demonizing the union. You're lucky to start marriage in your own house. Work with this arrangement the best you can and know peace. Otherwise, don't even do the marriage. Don't go and be a problem where there isn't any. All right, thank you all for your messages. Thank you all for getting interactive with us. A lot of messages. We have hundreds and hundreds of messages. We can't get into all of them. But let's keep the conversation going on TV3 and as well on 3FM. And that's how we bring the show to an end. Another exciting one right here on Keeping It Real. Final words from our gentlemen and ladies before we call it a wrap. Franklin?
So I'd say that if you're out there, just try to be genuine with your friends, you know, and understand that life is deeper than we all know. And when you're making your choices, critically think about it before you make your choices. If you're going into marriage or even friendship, get to know the person really well and know that you both resonate with each other. And then, yes, other than that, just be careful.
Absolutely. Weaver?
What I have to say is cherish every moment you have. Life is too short.
True.
To be having separate rooms like that. I mean, come on. You know what might happen the next day, and you know, let's cherish the moment you have with one another, each other, and everything. Just extend grace.
I like that. I like that. Miss Julie.
Flee from evil. And then make sure that your partner is your everything.
I like that.
Sorry, my boss once told me that never go to bed without touching your partner. And that basically
clarify the kind of
touching in what way and touching in which parts?
Please move to Helen.
What part am I supposed to touch? The hand?
I want to know what body part, what kind of touch?
Body parts.
Or is it just any?
Should I touch their shoulder? Should I go down? Just a hug. A hug way. No, you know, like Atubam and I say hello. Helen.
Yes. I have nothing else to add.
Today you say that.
Oh yes, God might not be done with you, but we are.
Yes, we are. We did it with Franklin Ajete, international education consultant, actor, author, and shoemaker. What's a brand? What's a shoe brand?
Frankie Giver.
Frankie Giver.
Yes.
Okay, we love it. We love.
Handmade, made in Ghana.
Handmade, made in Ghana shoes. You should speak them, man. Frankie Giver, handmade, made in Ghana shoes. So it's on social media, Frankie Giver.
Yes.
Okay, love it. And as well, we did this with Muyiba Bukhari. She's the podcaster.
Yeah.
The lifestyler of the Lifestyle Podcast. And she came through with all her exciting thoughts. Thank you, lady and gentlemen, of course, Miss Yui and Helena Piamp for being a part of today's show. My name is AJ Kwakusapon. Shout out to DJ Phil with the sexy music in the back. Why are you working on my life? That one, yeah. We'll figure that out later. The Lord comes to me shortly with the news at 8, and we'll continue with more great programming right here on 3FM.
This is 3FM 19.